Howdy y'all, today is July 23rd. I'm all checked in, currently waiting for my flight back to the States. I'll be hitting New York first and then heading back to Indiana. So I am really looking forward to getting home, seeing family, and being back on the farm. Howdy y'all, today is July 24th. I just pulled up to the farm and everything looks really nice and green. It is beautiful. I am super happy to be back. I'm just gonna kind of walk around, say hi to the chickens. I think chores have kind of been getting done early evening at this point, so I'll probably hold off on chores for a little bit. Maybe do a little bit of grass cutting, it looks like. Things are blooming, everything looks really great. It looks like my cucumbers are, I don't know, they don't look so good back here. Looks like a few of them are kind of done at this point. Man, got a lot of cucumbers this year. It looks like there's still quite a few. This zucchini, I don't know what happened to that. It doesn't look very hot. From what I heard, we've got some really nice rain, so you never really had to water the garden, which was a good thing. Got a few weeds in there. I think it'd rain once every 3 or 4 days is kind of what I heard. Wow, look at those cucumbers. There's a ton over here. Some big ones. Got a lot of Romas on there. Looks like we've got a lot of the Baxter bush. A lot. It looks like we got a lot of wind because these things are knocked down. But look at all those tomatoes in there. Oh my goodness. I'm about to have a feast right here. Wow. Very cool. Looks like had some hornworm damage on this one. They even started eating some tomatoes. Wow, look at all these tomatoes. That is just crazy. A lot of big ones. Looks like some more hornworm on this one up here. And they started eating some tomatoes there. Overall, a lot of tomatoes. The tomatoes plants themselves don't look so hot, but wow, that's a lot of tomatoes. These Brussels sprouts, oh my goodness. These things are huge. Looks like we got quite a few going in there. Super cool. These are getting big. I can't believe how long these things take. Those are looking nice. Man, go look at my other row of tomatoes. Oh my goodness, I even got a sunflower. Look at that. Super cool. So this was, I can't remember how far I went down. I think it actually stopped here. But I planted in a bunch of sunflowers. Oh, you got even more over here. Go check that out. Yeah, look at that in there. Nice. We had a lot of ragweed popping up. Planted a bunch of different types of sunflowers. So it looks like these are the smaller ones coming up first. It's kind of hard to tell with the weeds mixed in there and the corn behind, but it's very pretty. I was really surprised by how many sunflower fields were in Italy. There's sunflowers everywhere, probably for oil, seeds, I don't know. The garden all looks good. Here's my other row of tomatoes. Looks like these things went wild and crazy, but we've got a lot. There's a big hornworm right there, gnawing on my plant. Not zooming in on him very good there. Well, you can kind of see him, it's just not focusing. There it goes. That is a big one. So I'm gonna grab him here in a minute. Keep an eye on him. Looks like we've got more oh my goodness. Yeah, my parents were saying that the hornworms were pretty bad. So it looks like we've still got quite a few running around. Looks like a lot of tomatoes are ready to be picked or overripe at this point. I know this was a ton of work to try and keep up on with the garden stuff. So thank you to my parents so much for just making sure things were watered, running one farmer's market for me, all the chicken chores, because it's a lot. It doesn't sound like it when you just say, oh, you just got to feed, water the chickens, grab eggs, and then pick stuff in the garden. It sounds so easy, so simple. I mean, it's not hard work, but it's just extremely time consuming. These Brussels sprouts look pretty good. These are the ones I planted right before I left. It definitely got bigger. I'm gonna go grab that hornworm before I forget about him. And then we'll go look inside the barn and check on the chickens. Look at that big nasty thing. It started spitting green all over me. It was gross. But that's a big one right there. Check this out. Just looked over at the next plant. Oh, I see another one even. There's a big one there. There's a tiny one right there. Oh, these things are everywhere. This garden needs a lot of attention. Not even just the hornworms, but just picking all this stuff that's kind of gone bad on the plants. Be chicken food. Chickens will love it. And just a little TLC to all of them. Yeah, this is gonna take quite a bit of work to catch up on, if I can catch up on it. Can you imagine how many hornworms are out here on these tomato plants right now? I was just walking and talking and, you know, saw 3 of them, and that was just between 2 plants here. So I'm sure I have a lot out here. It might be a better nighttime thing. Get the light on, the black light, because they glow in the dark really easy. I bet the garden's gonna be glowing. But as I'm walking up, I'm gonna kind of check them out. I've got a pretty good eye for them. If you see some damage, it's usually right around there. You'll find one pretty quickly. So there's another one right there. So I'm gonna grab that one, and then we'll head in the barn. Man, oh man, I have my work cut out for me in this here garden. But everything looks green from a distance, and it looks good. But once you start looking close, it's like there is a ton of work to do. Barn looks nice. Moved the flag, and my dad built a wood shelf. He sent me a picture of just 2 pieces of wood up, so I've never actually seen the finished product. But that looks really nice. Can hold a lot of stuff up there. So that's handy, because this back corner I could never get to or use because it was kind of the junk wood corner, and just kind of stuff like this where it didn't really have a great place or way to store it. So that's really nice to just have up and out of the way, and I can actually get to the panel back there now, which is cool. I bet the chickens in here have gotten really big since I've last seen them. Chickens are in some shade over there now, which is nice. Chickens, oh my goodness, you guys got so big. Looks like we busted up a bale of straw. You can definitely tell the roosters now. Wow, boof head over here got huge. Get in here and see you guys up close. You guys are ready to go out. I could start moving them out in the coop. I definitely don't need all these roosters. I do plan on keeping, I think I need 2. I don't know, I'll have to go out and look, I don't remember. But these guys look really good. Hi chickens, it's been a little while. You guys are so pretty and all grown up. And it looks like my potted stuff's doing all right. Sold some catnip. That one needs some water down there. Everything's looking good and growing. Cool. And now let's go check on the big chickens. I bet the meat birds have gotten quite a bit bigger. They're just tiny little chicks. Go look at them first. Hi chickens. Oh, you guys got so big. That is crazy. Shake this down for you a little bit. There you go. Some things don't change with speckled Sussex. They're still noisy as all get out. How you chickens doing? Everybody good? Looks like it. That was Red Ryder's coop. The big pretty rooster. And we got Miss Frizzle front and center here. Did you have fun for the past 2 weeks? All the chickens are good. Oh, just caught a fly down there. Check on these. All look good. Everybody still has plenty of food and water, which is nice. And we'll go to the noisy coop. Chickens. Y'all don't even need anything. You have food, you have water. I'm just noisy. Everybody looks good though. I do need a rooster for that coop. And we'll check on these. Everybody's all good. There was one casualty while I was gone. It was a tiny little chick. So that was too bad, but sometimes it happens. Other than that, I think things went pretty good on the chicken end. My dad hated this fence. I guess they had to move it once. And it's not much fun to work with, I will say that much. It's a pain in the butt, it gets tangled if you pull it wrong, and I don't know, that's very frustrating. I'm used to doing it, so it doesn't bother me. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Did see some bees on the clover, so I'm taking that as a good sign, as this hive is probably still alive. So I'll go look in there. I wanted to look at all my hives as soon as I got back earlier this morning, just because no one's looked at them in a while, for 2 weeks, just to make sure they're okay. But I left all my bee stuff here at the farm. I usually keep it in my car, but I kept my car completely cleaned out just for my mom doing the farmer's market, so she could load everything up in the car easy, not have to unload and repack stuff. So it was just easier that way. But I will at least check on this hive and see how they're doing. There's a lot of bee activity going on, so we'll see if they need another box. I doubt it. They've been a tiny colony, but maybe I'll be surprised. There is an insane amount of work to get done, so best to just get back on it and don the hat. My hat was just laying out here and it's got spiders all in it, so tell I haven't been farming in a few days. So far I've gotten one tomato plant done. No hornworms, all pruned, all picked back up off the ground. It looks very good. It's a little overwhelming thinking the big picture of how much work this is going to be, because I think that first one took me about 10-15 minutes to get it all done, and that's just one out of a lot of plants. So when things just feel overwhelming, you just got to keep one by one. It'll slowly dwindle on down there, but I knew I'd probably come back and it'd be a ton of work, but it was a pretty good trade-off. Italy and then just a little bit of catch-up work. So Italy was so much fun, y'all, but I am really glad that I live in America. I think instead of going plant by plant, because I could be here for 2 weeks and still never get caught up, I think what I'm going to do is just go through and pick everything that is chicken food at this point, and then I'll go through and do another hornworm check after that. All right, chickens, I got some goods for you. This was just, you can see some more hornworms I found, some nastier looking tomatoes. I still haven't finished even picking the bad stuff in the garden yet. It's starting to rain and storm's coming in, so I'm pretty much done in the garden at this point. I'll probably just work on chicken chores. All right, chickens. It's a good thing about having farm animals. Nothing goes to waste, even the gross looking stuff. They're gonna love it. Well, y'all, it's starting to rain. We're getting a little bit of thunder coming in, so I'm not really doing any more in the garden. My parents had a system down for doing chores, and they were tag teaming it, and they said it was about 40 minutes. So that's what my mom's doing right now. She's on the tractor. How they did chores was they filled up buckets of food and ran it out and just filled the food up out there. So she's gonna show me how they did chores, and I just got the water turned on. I'm gonna meet her out there. Hopefully we won't get completely soaked, but it is pretty wet. All right, yeah, we've got a nice steady rain going. All the chores are done. I didn't get as much done in the garden as I wanted to. It's kind of running out of steam. I was up for over 24 hours yesterday. Should probably pick some of that stuff up. And then I didn't get too much sleep last night, so a bit tired today, but I want to get back on track as far as timing wise as soon as possible. Currently still feeling that Italy time pretty hard, which is currently 1:30 in the morning. So it's quite a shock, but I want some nice fresh tomatoes for dinner, so I was gonna grab a bunch, basically just fill up this bag here, take them home, eat them with some cottage cheese, slice them up, just eat them with some salt. I love tomatoes. I've got a lot of slicers here, so I'm looking forward to it. Howdy, yeah, today is July 25th. I finally feel like I am back on Indiana time. Got plenty of sleep last night and at a farmer's market tonight, so I'm super excited for that. I haven't done this one in a couple weeks, so it'll be good to get back. About to hop on chores real quick, get all the basics done, and then gonna start grabbing a lot of tomatoes, getting everything ready on that end, and then washing some eggs, and just getting ready for tonight. I don't have too terribly much time, so just gonna get on it. All right, y'all, the farmer's market is over. The Thursday evenings, I find that the people there are mostly interested in just produce and absolutely nothing else. I mean, I sold a few other things, but it's just really heavy on produce at this one. So I wanted to make sure I really loaded up on tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers and just everything I could grab out of the garden, and not worry so much about the eggs or the chicken or honey or things like that. But it went really well, so I'm happy with that. I definitely didn't have enough time to do the entire garden by any means. If I had skipped lunch today, I probably would have had more time on that end. But I did get one row all picked, so that felt good. Tonight, the plan is to check for some hornworms because it was raining yesterday, so it wasn't a good day to do it. And I had found a ton just during the daylight. So I'm gonna check all the tomatoes with a black light tonight. And also, if I have time before it gets too dark, because I still have to unload from the farmer's market, I do want to go out and count all the chickens in the coops out here, because I want it to be at 25 even. So I'll start running out some of the chicks. They're not really chicks anymore, but the birds that the second graders hatched and put them out there. On the hunt for hornworms, and I only found 2 on mine. So that's pretty good, and they're tiny, so that's probably why I didn't see them too well just in the daylight. I am going to check my mom's real quick though since I'm here. She has way more tomatoes than me, so it might take a little bit of time. I checked all mine pretty thoroughly yesterday, not with the black light, so I wasn't too worried. And then I did find a couple on hers. I didn't walk all of it too tightly, but there were a few on there. You can't see it in the camera too well, but the string, you just really can't see it. But the string lights up really well, and it's white, and it basically is the same thing when you run across a hornworm. It just lights up like daylight, super obvious. I can't believe it, y'all, but I only found those 2 tiny little hornworms, so that is pretty good. We did find a ton the other day. They were so big, they're so easy to see. You can just pick them off. So now that that's done, let me just see what time it is really quick. It is almost 10 o'clock already, so I think I'm going to wait on the chickens, moving them out, and I'll probably do that tomorrow night because I still have a little bit of picking up I need to do here. Yeah, overall a good day. Howdy y'all, today is July 26th. The past few weeks have been crazy with me traveling. The family is worn out taking care of the farm, and we all just need some time to relax for a little bit. So that's all we're doing today. Doing just light, fun farm stuff, the absolute basics. Gonna play some cornhole later. Gonna cook out, have a bonfire, do some fun stuff. Also, today we did do a little bit of cool work. So the farm now has a sink. So thanks to my dad for this. This is very cool. So we never really had a way to wash our hands easily other than kind of, I don't know, in the barn you could do it, turn on a spigot, but it'd always make a mess in the barn. Or you could do it outside, hold the hose, get some soap that way. But this is pretty awesome, so really excited for that. We are going to do something better than this, but we literally just got this set up, so that's super cool. And I've just been washing eggs, relaxing, listening to music, talking with the family, slowly getting ready for the farmer's market tomorrow. No huge rush because a lot of it was done yesterday, which is a good feeling. So yeah, just a good relaxing day on the farm. It has been an absolutely perfect day. The temperature, just the weather's beautiful. Woke up, made some bread, leisure morning, came out to the farm, started working, currently working on picking tomatoes. nice and relaxing. I did check on this beehive back here, and they're actually growing, so it's about time. They were very slow. So I think probably next week I'll go ahead and put on another box. I don't want to go too quick on them. But they have started building out comb, and the population has definitely increased. There's a lot of activity continually throughout the day, so good things on that. I believe my new nickname is Mr. Miyagi. I just caught a butterfly with my bare hands, so I feel pretty proud of that. These white moth butterfly things are the ones that create the tomato hornworms, and I have a few out here. In that first row I got 39 pounds of tomatoes, so the second row is a little bit smaller, and I'm working on the yellow pears currently. These things are annoying. I grew them last year and they always want to split on you, so you got to pick them just a little early and then they won't split as bad. But even that still splits. So this piece, is it worth cutting it off or not? I think most people probably just want to slice it, put it on a salad and be done, or just pop it in their mouth and don't want to deal with that. So it just turns into chicken food. I did find one hornworm, pretty big one in that first row that I missed last night, so I was glad to get him. So this is just the first plant I'm working on here. These things are really big, so it's going to take me a little while to get through these. I probably won't do these next year. I did them last year, and they were a huge time sucker, and most of them wound up going to the chickens, which I don't mind. But I'd rather use my time on another tomato besides this.